Boxing Lowdown, and I'm back here with another video. Now, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment if you like, and I'll happily get back to you. Now, let's talk about the news that broke last week, towards the end of last week, and that was Deontay Wilder firing his longtime co-trainer, Mark Breland. Now, Mark Breland was an excellent fighter himself. Let me just throw that in there. Held out at the Kronk gym. He was a fantastic fighter, you know, at amateur and professional level, world champion. And he was brought into Deontay Wilder's corner, you know, at the start of his career. And, you know, he's been guiding him ever since alongside Jay Diaz. But Deontay Wilder, according to reports, now I saw this on Boxing Scene, I believe. I think it was written by Dan Raphael. Now, it was definitely on Boxing Scene. I can't remember if Dan Raphael wrote the article or not. But the news broke that Deontay Wilder has fired Mark Breland. And that is a result of, you know, the fact that Mark Breland threw the towel in while Wilder was getting beaten up by Tyson Fury in their second fight. Now, it was a moment of compassion. Yeah, Deontay Wilder had been knocked down twice. He was losing every round and he was getting battered, let's be honest. And Mark Breland threw the towel in. This angered Deontay Wilder because he's made it clear to both of his trainers that he does not want the trainer to throw the towel in at any circumstances. You know, he said that will be down to the referee. He doesn't want his trainers doing that. He wants to go out on his sword. And I remember one of the quotes that Wilder said where he was like, look, if I've always spoken about killing a man in the ring, and, you know, if the same thing happens to me, I'll go out on my sword. And but people that don't box, people that are not within the circle of boxing, who are not fighters, they might not understand that talk. But this brings up the classic line that fighters need protecting from themselves. And that is what the trainer is there to do. But Wilder made it specifically clear to Jay Diaz and Mark Breland from the start that he didn't want any of them throwing the towel in. So, look, like I said, fighters need protecting from themselves. Yes, that is the referee's job, but it's also the trainer's job as well. And Mark Breland threw the towel in and Deontay Wilder was incensed about it. He apparently was looking to fire him straight after the fight, but he didn't. But now it seems like he might have done a U-turn and has actually fired Mark Breland now. So a lot of negative reaction to this. I've seen a lot of comments. I posted it on my Instagram and it got a lot of negative comments. I also got a comment from Dominic Ingle on there. Shout out to him. He follows my Instagram. And yeah, one comment that Dominic Ingle said was, you know, that the trainer is basically always the scapegoat. Do you know what I mean? And coming from someone with experience like him, who is a trainer himself, I thought that was a valuable comment. But Mark Breland was, let's be honest, he was there to protect his fighter. He obviously cares about Deontay Wilder, and he made a compassionate decision for him to live to fight another day. Now, the negative reaction has come as a result of that because Mark Breland was looking to protect Wilder and because it appears that that is the reason why he got rid of Mark Breland. Now, I want to make it clear that Deontay Wilder is his own man. He's able to do what he wants to do. If he wants to get rid of a trainer, it's his career, it's up to him. But because it was the reason why it's looking like he got rid of him was because of that move, is why there's been such a negative reaction. I hope that makes sense. But that's why there's been a lot of negative talk. But at the end of the day, Wilder's his own man. I'm not saying that I agree with what he did. I think that Mark Breland, like I said, he brings a wealth of experience. And it'll be interesting to see what Deontay Wilder does with this now. Is he going to be just trained by Jay Diaz, or is he going to bring somebody else in? Like, maybe there are other flaws that he saw to Mark Breland that he wanted to get rid of him. Maybe that wasn't the only reason. You know, we haven't really heard anything from Wilder with regards to splitting up from Breland now. There could be more to it, but I haven't seen any direct interviews or quotes from him, I don't believe. So I know that he was talking about it after the fight, but recently, I mean, this is what happened, what, last week? So I haven't heard anything since then. But like I said, it hasn't gone down very well with Deontay Wilder splitting from Breland. But fighters split from trainers all the time. I mean, look at Tyson Fury. He split with Ben Davison before the second Wilder fight. A lot of people thought that that was the wrong decision. So I guess it's just the reason why. I think it's because Mark Breland threw the towel in. If it is due to that reason and Wilder wants to go out on his shield and he doesn't bring anyone else in and it appears that he's just surrounded by yes men, then yes, it won't look like a very good or smart decision. But if he brings in another trainer, like let's say a Ronnie Shields, for example, I'm not saying that there's any link between the two, but let's say he brought in another trainer who he felt he could work his game with, then that would be a different reason and maybe we should look at it differently. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring that into perspective because I know that there's one side to the story at the moment from what I'm seeing, a lot of negative reaction. But like I said, Wilder's his own man. I mean, if he wants to get rid of a trainer, he can. He doesn't have to stay with anybody. Like, just like fighters and promoters, they don't have to, well, unless you're out of contract, but you're free to do what you want to do as a fighter, I think. I think a fighter should have that freedom, but it all depends where Wilder's going with it, man. That's how I'm looking at it. I think that if he's looking to get somebody else in who he feel can improve his game, who feels that he'll be able to use him to defeat Tyson Fury, then cool. I mean, who can really fault Wilder for that? But if it is for strictly because Mark Breland threw the towel in, which it is looking likely, then yeah, it's not going to go down very well, and it hasn't gone down well. So I just want to get your thoughts on that anyway, man. I'm trying to look at it from a different perspective, if you can or not. Let me know your thoughts on it. I did a poll actually on Sunday asking, you know, whether they agreed with what Wilder did, you know, was it a bad move or not? And yeah, there was a lot of negative reaction to it. But some people did say, look, he is his own man, he can do what he wants to do. So trying to look at it on both sides. So let me know your thoughts on it anyway in the comment section below, guys. Deontay Wilder sacking Mark Breland. And where does this leave us with the third fight anyway? Because there's no confirmation date as of yet. We was hoping it was going to be in December. It's not looking likely now. I think it was December the 19th, but haven't heard anything. I think Bob Arum came out last week and said that's not happening now. So where does that leave us in terms of the third fight? Is it going to happen at all? I just want to hear a video interview from Wilder. That's what I want to see right now, man. I haven't actually seen Wilder do an interview to like the public for a long time, not since his fight. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But drop your thoughts anyway in the comment section below, guys. Maybe you've heard more than me. If you have, feel free to let me know if you've heard anything from Wilder or anything like that. But I'm curious to hear your opinions on it as well with regards to him and Mark Breland. So drop your thoughts in the comment section below, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.